Okay, wow. If you were to tell me that I would be doing a review of a Batman Fortnite comic book, I'd tell you probably not something I'd talk about. But here we are, because honest to God, this book is really good. It is surprisingly good. So it's going to be in our non-spoiler review section of Tsunami Studios. I'm not going to spoil this book for you because you should actually read it. A Fortnite comic book that's a tie-in to Batman because Batman's getting a new skin in Fortnite and we made a comic book showing why he has that suit. This book is really good. I'm going to keep saying that probably till the day I die, and nobody's going to believe me. So the book is called Batman Fortnite 0 Point, and the premise of this book, without getting too deep into it, Batman is sucked into Fortnite. He learns how to survive in there and what's causing him to go back and repeat this world. And basically, I'm just like, how do you make this work in a coherent comic book with 6 issues? You make an actual story, okay, Christos Gage. I don't think you had to go that hard into this, but you really did. Because this is such a love letter to the game of Fortnite. Which is surprising because it could easily just be like, oh, here comes Batman doop-de-doo doing some stuff where he's like punching the fish sticks guy or whatever else is in Fortnite. But they actually made a concise, interesting story where Batman's like, I can't talk. There's a big cloud coming in. It reappears every 22 minutes. Why can't I talk? And slowly him figuring out this world and coming to terms with the situation. He's forced to fight, and then suddenly it's like, okay, I keep running into this cat lady, and we have like some weird kindred connection that brings us back together each time we meet. That's weird. This is really good. This is really well written for a Fortnite book. You're keeping true to the lore of the game while making it like this is a place that the DC universe can actually go to now, which is a surprisingly cool thing. Also in this book, Batman fights Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe. And you know what? It goes exactly how you'd expect. 2 great ninjas fighting each other. They come to terms with each other. They understand the situation towards each other. And since they can't talk to each other, what do these 2 do? They use sign language to communicate. And that's how they learn not to fight each other. And I'm just thinking to myself, this is the Fortnite book. This is a really good Fortnite book. Like, you are being like, if this was like without Batman, I'd still probably read it because it's just really interesting. You could take the Batman stuff, you could even do it like, this is the Terminator version, this is the Mandalorian version of just like that story, and have it work in the realm of Fortnite. It surprisingly works really well, and just introducing the Fortnite characters to this world and how some of them start to kind of see what Batman's doing, it surprisingly works. It is so amazing that this book just captured that right energy. And that each issue was so concise and poignant for what it was trying to say. I just really enjoyed that. I love the way it builds up the relationship between Batman and Catwoman, just like those 2 spirits across all time and space. They will always come back to each other. I think that's really cool. The introduction of characters like Harley Quinn just makes it extra interesting. And when we get like the actual reveal to what's going on here, why Batman's getting a new skin in the game, it makes sense. It's a really interesting development. I'm like, how did you make this work for the Fortnite book? Because it's just so like cash grab. Kids will read it. It's got Fortnite on it. But instead, Christos Gage went, no, I'm going to tell you an actual story. It's going to make you feel emotionally invested in these characters. It's honestly one of the best Batman books on shelves right now, which is really weird to say. I just can't get over the fact, like, Fortnite the game, an interesting concept. What if we made that intense and frightening and gripping, and like the people trapped in there like, why can't I talk? Why do I keep coming back? This is very scary. What's going on to me? Learning to survive in that scenario and how it plays with your mind and your psyche. I'm just super impressed that a comic book was able to tell that story. And you know, Batman can do anything, and it works really well. I just think this is how you do it. This is how you would just take like a tie-in book that could easily have been nothing and just say, no, I respect Batman, I respect Fortnite. We combine those 2 things together, we actually get a solid story with a conclusion that makes sense, teasing the possibility of more, which I would read more of this in a heartbeat because it's so good. And that is the most surprising thing in the world, is how good this Fortnite book is. And I recommend it to anybody. If you're not a fan of the game, read it, because you're going to understand the game in a different light. If you're not a fan of Batman and you are a fan of Fortnite, read it, because it's going to have a lot of references you're going to love. This is the book that's going to bridge that gap. It's going to get certain people to come in and be like, oh, comic books are cool. If you only play Fortnite, it's like, hey, I want to read a comic book now. This is where you get it. You like that skin in the game? Here's where it gets its origin in this comic. It's really good, and I just can't believe we got here. A concise, interesting book from Fortnite that shows the relationship of the DC Universe characters in a different setting, and how all this stuff in the Fortnite game itself can be kind of scary to people. I'm just blown away. So congrats to the team behind this book. Whoever pitched this, and you must have had a great idea. You did something that blew my mind, and I'm just super impressed with everything this book had to offer. So, Batman Fortnite 0 point. I am going to give a 9 out of 10. Now, thank you guys for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, Patreon, Twitter, all that good stuff, and I will catch you in the next one. Have fun, stay safe, good luck.